welcome to another episode of Dox'n Reality. And I'm your host, Mr. Paradox. This is going to be kind of short, so we're just going to go over the VLC player and I want y'all to pay very close attention to this. Now, this video came from YouTube off a channel called NanoBot Medical Animation Studio. And keep in mind, this video, actually, I just go to the web. March 21st, 2010. Now, mind you, this was now 11 years, well, almost 11 years before this came out. So keep in mind. All right, VLC player. Here we go. Hmm. Now this video is like 11 years old at this point. A little bit. Just go say 11. Modifying DNA. I don't know what y'all got to say about that. And if the machines are that tiny to where it could affect individual DNA, they always try to roll shit that's gonna kill you or fuck you over in the most horrific manner. They try to always place that shit using nice buzzwords like better life, or they try to always use the anomaly to justify the rest of it. Let's say you don't have no genetic mod effects, side effects or anything. Wouldn't you want to make your DNA better? Wouldn't Don't you want to have superpowers or something like shit, some shit like that? I'm not saying that's what's in the biohazard shit, but they've been planning this shit for a while, so they know what they're doing. And modifying DNA, what's to say they're gonna stop at one DNA strand? They tell you they'll fix one, but if you watch iRobot, remember Will Smith was like 100% against all robots and all that shit, right? And it wasn't until he got into the fight with the robot and he held his arm up, like, damn, that robot about to fuck his arm up. The robot hit the arm, and it's like, and he had a robot arm, and he's like, yeah. And then when he explained to the female that was with him, he said, "Yeah, you got to read that fine. You got to read that fine print in that contract. It doesn't also say what they can take out. Also doesn't say what they can put back in. Well, it also says what they can put back in. So he was part robot or cyborg against his will. He would have preferred to lose his arm than to have that shit. So I'm saying you go up in there to fix your child for I don't know a tumor or some sort of like having six fingers or some shit or but then a child comes back with a whole bunch of other problems. And these people administrating this shit, like I said in the other video, they're if they're rewriting DNA using their protocols, at that point, since it's their code being injected, they own you. So you are no longer your own person if you give that kind of control to a foreign entity. And y'all need to recognize these external entities. They're not governments. They're corporations. They are all corporations. So y'all better get your minds right. I don't. And just to show you how this shit happens, go up in there, grab one DNA, one strand, captures that one, just cuts it out and put their shit up in there. But then it's like if you cut out one strand of DNA, wouldn't that immediately fuck you up, no matter how fast the transaction is or the procedure is? I'm not a scientist, none of that shit, but I would think that modifying shit is sort of like trying to like fuck with something, like change some shit out, like change like swap wires while electricity of 100,000 amps is going through it. I would think it would be that much. Like the consequences could be, it could kill you. Then, like I said, what happens to that old DNA fragment? Where does that go? And also, they're not also telling you, um, well, what's to say that this thing can't scan? They say DNA also contains memory, right? So what if they say they can't just like go into molecules that like and scan your memories up in there, and next thing you know, they cut that shit out because the fact when they put shit out in video games and under the guise of sci-fi, they're telling you without telling you like what's in there. Like Assassin's Creed, that that game is based off the premise of your genetic material contains your memories of your ancestors and all other types of shit. So if they just go up in there and start cutting out memories, what's to say they can't alter out any memory you may have of who your god is, or they might just be able to like fuck up your whole identity just by slicing out certain parts of it. They don't even need to torture you no more. You're injected with it already. I don't know, man. Tell me what y'all think about this shit. This is an old ass procedure, and I wouldn't be surprised if they're spiking the biohazard with this shit. And there's a story of the guy, the what was it, the pharmacist who destroyed all those doses of the biohazard, the plague, was it could change your DNA. He said that's one of the reasons he destroyed 500 doses of it. So y'all can go take a look at that story, and I'm about to do a follow up on that real quick. But in the meantime, Mr. Paradox over and out.